Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back to another video, and today I have for you guys the house of Santi Burgas. And before I say anything, I would like to thank Gloria from Santi Burgas for sending me these samples for review. I really appreciate the generosity. You guys are really awesome. Santi Burgas is a house I discovered recently from searching around on the internet, and what really grabbed my attention to this house at first was the bottle presentation. They have one of the most unusual designs that looks luxurious in the most approachable kind of way. The designs don't shout expensive though, but you know it's special when you see one. That's how the bottle portrays to me, but enough about the bottle guys, let's jump right into the list. Starting with my love list, and I only have one that I really like from this house, and that one is called Egnaro. This is a very unusual citrus fragrance. It's dominated by mandarin and civet, which in unison creates this very strange yet enjoyable and interesting scent. The civet in this one is not overly strong or skanky. To me, it just adds a rich, deep background to the fragrance, and it serves to tone down the brightness of the mandarin as well, which overall makes this a richer citrus experience that lends itself more to the colder months like fall and winter rather than summer like what most citrus are made for. I personally really love this scent. I think it's quite different and unique. I've never really smelled an Animalic citrus before, and this one is quite amazingly well done. This one will end up in my collection someday for sure, and if you love orangey citrus or musky scent, I highly recommend you try out this one. I think at the very least you'll be very surprised. Next we have our like list, and these were the fragrances that just weren't for me, but they're still nice fragrances that are still worth checking out in my opinion, and the first one of that being Miss Betty Vare. Although pineapple is not listed in the note breakdown, this strangely has a very pineapple-y opening. My first thought on this one was it smells like a female version of Aventus, or rather what Aventus for her would have smelled like if they used pineapple instead of apple. It has a very nice opening, but after I dry down, the vetiver, the oak moss, and the musk start to dominate the fragrance, and the Aventus vibe dies down. It now smells like a slightly clean musk with a touch of sweetness. Overall, it's a good scent from top to bottom. The only reason I'm not buying this one is because it comes off more feminine than unisex, but I have no other complaints about this fragrance though. So if you're a woman who loves musky fragrances, this could be the one for you. Next one on the same list, we have Whoopee. This is an iris bomb. It jumps right at you from the opening and holds strong all the way to the end. Along with the iris, you're also going to get a musky background. The iris starts off kind of waxy and lipsticky but tones down over time. The musk in this one is very nice. It's animalic without being too heavy or too soft. It blends in with the iris very well. This is the one that got me the most compliments when I was testing it, and normally compliments are not a category that I test for, but this one just got me one of the most unexpected compliments from people who never really compliments me, so I feel like it's a crime not to mention that in this video. This was the one that I was considering buying, but for my taste, I also find this one a little too feminine. The iris is a bit too much. If they tone that down just a little bit and amp up the musk, it might make it more unisex. And if that ever happens, this will probably end up in my collection, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. But yeah guys, this is a very nice scent in my opinion. If you like iris, this is one you definitely have to check out for sure. Moving on to my last list guys, and the fragrances in this list are one that I really didn't like or were just really not for me. And there's three of them on this list. First one being called Eau de Parfum. This one smells like atmospheric patchouli. It's heavy patchouli with an atmospheric or ozonic kind of vibe. It's very strange and to be honest quite off-putting to me. It's too strange, and in my opinion it smells quite messy, like it's a fragrance that doesn't know what it wants to be. Does it want to be earthy? Does it want to be sweet, bright, or dark? I'm not trying to be harsh on this one or anything, it's just the way it is, so sorry guys if you like this fragrance. To me, I think the perfumer was trying to create something new and I give them props for that, but it really just a miss for me. Next one we have Eau de Parfum, and this one is simply too skanky. Oud is too strong and it was an instant turn off for me, but after around 30 minutes it does get better. The skanky oud tones down dramatically and it becomes more of a smoothish, woody fragrance. Nothing too special in my opinion. I say if you take away the opening, this might be a worth checking out scent, but I just can't imagine putting myself through the opening every time I want to wear it, and that's why this is a pass for me. Last one, and this one is probably the nicest one from the dislike list, and it's called Flaming Red. This is a rose oud combo, and there's a couple reasons why I didn't like this one so much. First reason is again with the skanky opening. This one is not as bad as Eau de Parfum, but still just a bit too much for me. After the dry down, it becomes a more bearable oud and the rose starts to pop out more, but not enough to counter the oud. Leading me to the second reason, and that is it doesn't smell balanced. The oud is too overpowering in my opinion, and it overshadows the rose and a lot of the other notes. If the oud was toned down a bit, I can see this being quite a nice rose oud combo, but it's just too strong right now. I say if you're more daring or you're more into heavy smelling oud, this could be for you, but I'm just not that guy, so I have to pass. Alright guys, that's all the fragrances from this collection. As for my overall thought on this house, I think it's a house that definitely has a lot of potential. They made some very good ones like Egnaro and Whoopee, but also some questionable ones like Eau de Parfum and Eau de Parfum. This is a house that really loves working with heavy animalic notes, and they do a really good job at it when it works. But overall, in my honest opinion, this was a very fun house for me to test, and I'm definitely looking forward for any new releases in the future. Pricing is really good as well at only $160 $1.65 for 50 ml, and for the quality of some of these, I think it's really worth it. It's cheaper than most popular niche fragrances, and if you find one that you like from this house, you really can't go wrong with the price. Anyway guys, that's it for my review of Santi Burgas. Let me know what you think if you try any of these. Do you like them? Do you don't like them? Why? Can't wait to hear your thoughts, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm Timmy from Imagine Scent. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!